So we got 12,000 of that.
Well,
We
you
did that for-
really were before Snooty Fox and
Oh,
those
yeah,
people.
yeah, before
So-
the mall.
Right.
See, we were here before the mall. There was no garage sales. Snooty Fox was not around. And so, yeah. And we got our rent from Bill Case for what, $100, I think?
Oh, wow.
And he paid for utilities, he did everything. He used that house. $24,000. It took I was treasurer or something, or doing something with the books. And I had a rectangular table that was, I could put it out as long as this room. And every Thursday, I picked the tags up. And believe it or not, I put them on a wire hoop. And my husband, finally, he said, I went through all those, and they would cover the table.
Wow.
And he said, how much are you making? And that's when, it was nice though. And we had an awful lot of things that I would like to see us do again, were social type stuff. And it was quite a session. The city, they always were calling us for burned out people or people that, well, their houses were gone.
Yeah.
Do those totals you have to go back to City Hall, do they know?
No, I started City Hall, and that 15 or 20 years ago, would be the other house over here, I think, or the other place up there. But this city has benefited greatly from not only a lot of people help, we had a lot of people that were involved in the council and everything over the years.
And you were telling me that you started at the municipal building as your clothes closet, but
In the basement.
in the basement, one day a week, but you had to put your clothes, you stored your clothes
On the third floor.
on the third floor.
The wife of the city manager was a member. And we had to park those in cars. The clothes had to be taken, and she let us use the third floor of her house. Myrna, she just died here. She ended up running a restaurant down on, next to Lenhart's, I believe. She was a vegetarian. She had a full page obituary when she died here she's only about maybe 5 months ago now.
Oh, really?
Her first name was Myrna, but her husband was
Myrna's alive and well.
her husband was a
Not
city
so
manager.
well.
Right.
And, but
You've
that
come a
was
long way, as they say, come a long way.
oh, yeah.
I was thinking maybe Jean and Mary Jo, and I can tell what it was like when they first moved in here in 1995, because I think they did a lot of painting and.
Mary Jo was here at that time?
Let's see, when did I come? 96, 90, in there somewhere, yeah.
I came in the seventies. Anyway, we
Yeah.
got this building. This is hospital.
You hadn't been here long.
Right.
when I
Sure,
came.
they went to.
You've known this place.
When we got this building, Mrs. Hosper was,
It was Ms.
Ms. Hosper, Cleo, was put up in the nursing home. And the city got it, and she had lots of cats. She was known for her cats. Anyway, the cats, she just kept on piling newspaper on newspaper. So,
It smelled really good,
no,
huh?
and it was really bad, it was really bad. The city got the building, the Women's Club did give money, we gave about $15,000 for this building and this building. And where the city did go for a grant, and they got the money for remodeling these buildings. The city was over here in this building while we were building the municipal building. So, and the police department was over in the depot. So then let's see, the Historical Society and us were kind of back and forth. Both of us wanted this building, and we won because of what we were doing. Plus, Doug wanted it just for a museum, and he didn't really have his act together at the time. So, but we won out, and, that was one vote I never voted on, because it was a conflict of interest, because I was a member of the Women's Club. So, but we've had it ever since, and they really, I mean, there was cracks in the wall. It was a mess. It was literally a mess. Carla Pianell and I, who was on council, we came down and we took the frame around every building, every window, excuse me, was a mess. It was a mess. Paint was falling off. It was really a mess. So we took one of those irons, electric iron, and kind of stripped it. We stripped it all. And so we did all that, but then the city came and helped us out too. So it worked out. In fact, we would pull our pants down a little bit, that we would show our cracks. People would say, hey, we'll help you, because Carla was a good-looking girl. But that's what your city council did back then. It was all volunteer. But we got the building, and Rita Badgen, all these people, Juanita Zepnar, a lot of Trent Messerly, Lana Moyer. These are all past people that did the work here, that were in charge of the clothes closet. They put their whole heart and soul in this place. Seal Lemming, and I mean, I could just go on. They were good, and they worked their tails off. They
They were the original age.
Rita Bajan was in there.
Yeah. Now, these people unfortunately are deceased, so, I hope that doesn't happen to us.
He's living, he's still living.
Seal is still living, but that's how bad.
And so is,
I said in
Columbus.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Mary
Yeah,
Jo,
but she's still alive.
This is
What
my
about-
Mary Jo.
what about the husbands, Jean's husband?
Oh, James
Oh,
Bond.
yeah, excuse me, yes.
And
They
Brenda's
came in,
husband, too.
sorry.
And Betty's husband.
Yeah, Betty's husband.
We were gonna make him we decided we were gonna have honorary members would be men. It was the husbands of, they came down and all of.
Okay, Claire Sponsor,
Yeah.
Pat, Werloff, and, Betty Coddles. Betty Coddles, okay, they painted. But Betty Coddles, all those big racks with the iron on them, all the big racks, the heavy ones,
He made him?
he made them.
Wow.
He made them. Jim just loved to make things. Jim was very involved in
Along
not
the
only.
house, we had handmade things of it.
I mean, the Women's Club,
Everywhere.
their husbands really helped out as much as the women did. They really were. And what?
Mr. Heddleston did plaster work in the little room in the back.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Oh, Jean,
They really helped us.
Well, I remember when I, and it looks like it's going again,
Yes.
there,
Yes.
that was all.
There it is. We're gonna leave. We're getting out at a good time. We're building
windows.
windows,
Yeah, I
yeah.
think they painted, Jean, they painted every room but the front room, I think. There was one.
That was the last paint job.
Yeah, it was the last paint job, and I don't know why they didn't do that, I don't remember. They
Do
did
you
all
need some
of it.
water?
No, I offered or something.
No.
We didn't do the front room.
I don't think so, there was one they didn't do, they did everything else.
Well, for us, it's you.
We didn't do the
I think it's the 31st, whatever that
bathroom.
way is, and that week.
The bathrooms. We never.
I don't think they did that either, no.
And it's,
Just didn't have time to get to it or something, I don't
It's
know.
a season.
Yeah.
the board meeting is.
That, just that
I
one.
came in 96, yeah.
And then we'll be going to,
In our community room.
right,
Will we have the September luncheon at St. Gert's?
yes.
Yes.
Do you know when that, I'm getting this from.
It's on the 9th, Wednesday the 9th, at 5:30. They,
5:30, September.
6:30.
September.
Is it 6:30? I keep telling everybody 5:30. Okay, 6:30.
6:30?
But we can get in at 5:30, that's
Now
what
we
we
don't
said.
have to worry about changing because
The closet.
opening for the closed.
Well, see, St. Gertrude's, they have something that goes on all day on Tuesday.
Oh,
So they didn't want us on Tuesday, so they moved, and then we always met on Wednesday, so now we're trying to keep everything
Everything on
on
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Except our Christmas party will be on Thursday again because of what's going on at the church.
But all this will be in the newsletter before the.
And most of the meal
Yeah.
things will be at St. Gertrude's, that's the first thing.
Pardon?
Most of the meal.
Meal probably, yeah. Until we get familiar with there, then maybe, because we might have it there too.
And how are we financially now that we will not have this
Well,
big money
we've thought of, we should have another fundraiser in order, because I mean, you made 24,000 back then, but we weren't making a whole bunch here. That's why we couldn't
Oh, I know.
afford a higher, rent, because we'd be working for nothing.
Well, you have too much competition.
Now we have a lot of
Yeah,
competition.
nobody wants to.
Just gonna sit on the floor.
I'm
good, I'm one of the youngest ones.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry about that.
I watch it.
I'm sorry.
You're just getting out wrong.
We have a.
I'd have never gotten up.
We have Mary Jo. So there are. a few
Sue Ann's not here.
Yeah.
Oh, Sue Ann.
Karen Morgan's one of our members.
Oh, we have five.
Oh, she's in age.
You-
Yeah, yeah.
Karen Morgan's our
Age.
baby.
Oh, she is? Well, we'll throw them both out.
Listen, I went through pregnancy with this club, and I was down at Mercy Hospital. All of a sudden, there was 12 women that came in with boy clothes for, and I'm going, oh my goodness. And I'll tell you one thing, I use this club as the best mothers in the world, because everything they did wrong, I made sure I didn't do.
But remember all the baby clothes we used to take?
Oh,
That room
yeah.
was just full of.
Oh, baby clothes.
Oh,
When
yeah.
they meet you,
Yeah.
people would meet you outside. They knew who, I had a granddaughter and a grandson, and my daughter-in-law didn't go to like Target. We didn't have them, of course,
No.
but very expensive places, I thought, for children's clothes. Well, they outgrew it. And people, you know, like elderly that started having grandchildren, and boy, they'd meet you out in the parking lot, and you'd have to code them yourself. And they were sold before they ever got through the door. And when are you gonna bring me your clothes? They call me, are you gonna be bringing anything else? No, we have a lot of very lovely things to do.
Does anybody else have memories or anything they want to share? I mean, one thing for me personally is being able to meet all the different people from all different walks of life that would come into the clothes closet.
Oh, yeah.
And they became our friends, and you know, we know them by name, and it was sad to see them leave for the last time.
Yeah, we had one lady came in, she always came in, and she had been to a very high-end luncheon, and she came in, and I forgot how much she said she paid for around $5. She had a blue silk suit on, then she found a hat someplace else, she had a bracelet, but for $5, and everybody complimented her on her outfit.
She was.
And if they knew that she paid $5 for the whole thing.
Was she the African American?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kay.
She would come in
Kay.
now, and she belonged to Cincinnati Women's Club.
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kate you're talking about?
I never know her name. She was.
Kay.
She
She
was the
said,
editor of the.
I would always
Black
tell
House.
these ladies,
I saw her in our
don't have any of your clothes.
She could come in here and pick out an outfit.
But she was very
Oh, yeah.
She was very sweet.
She told me. Remember everybody called and asked you where
Are
you
you
got
a
your
full dress?
in the Madeira
She did look, no, she did not.
Are you ready to
They
sit
didn't
down and
really
go
say
and talk?
really.
Yeah, I'm done talking, but I didn't have any place to sit.
She was pretty sure.
There you go.
I ran into her about.
Hi, Jane. How are you?
Mentioned like how I lost her.
And they were